Hey, I just got back from the city where I had my HSG test today, and I thought I'd better film a video right now while my memory's fresh and I can clearly explain how everything went. So first things first though, ignore how awful and tired and gross I'm looking today. I'm feeling just as awful and ugly and gross as I look, so bear with me. Yeah, it's just been a really long day, and I had to take some drugs prior to the HSG, so I'm kind of still groggy and all that. So that's just my excuse for my appearance. So sorry about that. But yeah, I'll just jump right into the story then. So we got to the city, we got to the hospital at about 10:30, and my HSG was scheduled for 11. I had taken a Tylenol number 3 and a Toradol at 10 o'clock. I took it an hour ahead of my appointment time because I wanted I wanted to ensure that it was already kicked in, at the time that I was in the room having the procedure done. And then at 10:30, I took 1 milligram of Ativan under my tongue, just because I have anxiety and I wanted to try and calm down, and I thought if I could calm myself down, that would also probably calm my muscles, or I wouldn't be so tense down there, it would probably make things easier on the doctor as well. So I took that at 10:30, and then yeah, so my husband and I went into the doctor, we didn't do that. We went into the hospital, and then we'd never been in this hospital before, so we were kind of lost, but we found our way to the diagnostic imaging center and into the x-ray area. We told them we were there for our HSG for 11 o'clock, and she sent us to the little fluoroscopy waiting room. So sat in there, and then a man came, and I had to just sign a waiver, what's it called? I don't even know. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Just basically sign a thing, stating that I know about all the radiation going on down there and everything. So I did that, and then he got me to get dressed into a little robe and a hospital gown and a robe, and then he sent me back to just sit down beside Greg in that fluoroscopy waiting room. Just something else quickly I just noticed, because I can see myself filming right now. You can see my bare leg right here. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts right now. I'm in pajamas. I'm not naked. That's all. Okay. Anyways. So awkward sometimes. Okay. So I was in the waiting room for 2 minutes maybe. I pulled out the solitaire on my phone. I was getting ready to get into it. I thought I was going to be waiting a while just because specialists, I don't want to give them a bad rap, but lots of them, they're they're busy people. So I was it could be a while. I'll just kind of do my thing. Anyways, though, I was sitting there for 2 minutes, and then they came and they got me, and they said it was time to go back. And I was like, ah! I was so scared. I'm getting shadows on my face now. Sorry. Okay. So then, what happened? The nurse was just asking me how I was feeling, and I told her I was terrified. I told her about the drugs that I took, my prescription drugs that I had taken prior to this procedure. And she was telling me how it's basically no worse than a pap test. It might be a little bit more painful for a minute, but it's really nothing bad. And I was like, oh, that's good. This is very reassuring. This is great. I'm feeling good. And then, so they got me to lay flat on my back on the table. And she was showing me there's going to be a screen, right above my head, right here, that I could look at. And I could see, the dye going into my tubes. And I was like, that is so cool. And she's like, you don't have to watch it, but if you want to, it'll be right there. And I was like, yeah, of course I want to watch that. Who wouldn't want to see that? How often do people get a test like that where they can see the inside of their body? I've never seen my fallopian tubes. Have you? I mean, you might have. I don't know, but I've never seen them, and I was interested. So yeah, then my doctor got there and he put the speculum in. Okay, I don't know if this speculum is any different than the speculum they use when they do a pap. But this, I was not having it. I had to have it, but I was not having it. I was like, I was in so much pain just from that speculum. Like, I don't know if they use a bigger one for this kind of thing, or like if I'm just crazy, but God, that was painful. And I was like, I felt like such a baby, and they were just like, put your knees up, and I'm like, I can't. It was embarrassing. Anyways, they got that in, and then he was putting the catheter in there, and he's like, okay, now you're gonna feel a pinch, and I'm like, oh, like, I've heard about this and dreading this, and then I felt that pinch. Oh my God, it was not. I'm sorry, I'm hoping I'm not scaring anybody, because it really doesn't last long, but it was not something that I expected. That did not feel good. So I felt that pinch, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is awful, and I was like, okay, you can stop, like, we don't have to do this, you can back out now, like, just cancel my signature on the waiver form, like, we don't have to do this, like, can we just be done? And he's like, no, the worst is over now, like, I'm putting the dye in now, and I'm like, holy fuck. So then at that point, I felt all the dye happening, and it was so painful. It was just like period cramps, but it was like extreme. And then in your head, I don't know about anyone else, but in my head, I'm just like, I know it's not my period, so this is just like messing with my body, like, this is gross, like, I don't want to feel this right now. I don't know, it was just kind of overwhelming, and it was too much, and I was just like, okay, oh my God, I can't do this. And then I dropped about 55 F-bombs. Like, I was swearing a lot, and I'm very embarrassed about that right now, but I think that they probably get that kind of thing a lot. I don't know, I hope I'm not just like a psycho. So that happened, and then it was like over, and then he's like, yep, your tubes are clear. Okay, so that's good. So then oh no, I missed a part. They were trying to tell me, like, as the dye was going in, they're like, oh, I thought you wanted to look at the screen's right there, like, you can see it right now, look. And I'm like, nope, no, not looking. They're like, no, look, like, I thought you really wanted to see it. And I'm like, no, I'm not looking up there. Like, I could not do it. Like, I was so disgusted about the feeling of it, I could not bear to look at it. Nope. So anyways, then it was done, and then, yeah, they just give you a pad and like some cloths to go clean up with. There was some blood on the table, which I also felt gross about, but they assured me that happens with everybody, or most people. So then I went into the bathroom, and I was getting dressed, and I almost fainted. And I, like, not trying to scare anybody, because this probably was because of the drugs that I took for myself. I just, like, the lights were so bright in there, and I was, like, trying to get dressed, and I was feeling so overwhelmed from all the pain, like, the cramping, and I was just like, oh God, I'm gonna fall. I thought I was gonna faint and die and something, I don't know, but I didn't, and I lived, I'm alive, my tubes are clear, so that's good. Oh, anyways, moral of the story is, yeah, it is painful. Well, it might not be for everybody. For me, it was painful. But it did only last like 2 minutes, so you can do it. If you're someone who's watching this right now because you have HSG coming up and you're afraid, you can do it, and you will do it, and you'll make it through, and you'll be fine. But another thing I just want to tell you, my husband and I went to a bookstore after. Ignore my messy floor. You don't see that. You don't see that. Okay. We went to a bookstore after, and we bought this, What to Expect Before You're Expecting book, which I've never seen before. The only one I can ever find is the What to Expect When You're Expecting, which homegirl's not expecting. I'm so annoying right now. I'm so sorry. But I'm not expecting. I don't know. It's basically a complete preconception plan, which we've kind of got on the go right now. We have a fertility specialist and stuff, but I mean, it's cool to have more knowledge. You can never have too much knowledge. And then he also bought me, oh my God, I'm running out of time, this little journal. Says it's gonna be okay. And then on the inside of here, shoot, there's just like a little quote every day, and then you write what hope you're hanging on to that day. And then he bought me Mindy Kaling's new book, because girls gotta laugh, especially when you're going through crazy infertility stuff like this. But yeah, that was my HSG experience, and I hope yours goes well for you. Thank you for watching.